I'm Krystle. I've loved dolls my whole life. I collect everything from porcelain to cloth, American Girl, neonates, and real care dolls. But my favorite is to collect and make reborn dolls. There's Chloe, Grace, Jeremy, Maya, Yuki, Savannah, Zoe, Haley, Landon, Maisie, and Joshua. It isn't easy keeping up with my collection, but it sure is a lot of fun. Hey guys, I'm here to do Twin Tuesday. Move over, Riley. Move over. Move over. Riley's going a little crazy. He had his appetite stimulant today, and it makes him all hyper. Okay, Riley, go this way. So I've got Yuki today, and not now, buddy. I'm going to be putting her into this nice fleece newborn size romper from Carter's, and it's just a light pink, and it's got this cute little polar bear, fuzzy polar bear on the front. It's got the 2 pockets and the zipper style, and the hood's got little ears on it. So I thought it's time to get Yuki out of her Valentine's Day PJs, and she could probably, yeah, she might need a dusting soon, but she's not looking too bad. I could probably get a Q-tip to clean her eyes, but maybe I'll do that after. Okay, so I don't want to talk for too long because I want to hopefully have this upload today and not tomorrow. And the longer the video is, the longer it takes to upload. So just wanted to give you guys an update on the whole cat situation upstairs. So we tried to contact the owner, and we said, look at, like, how much longer are you going to be? You keep dodging the question and not giving us a solid, concrete date of when you're coming back. And we feel like these cats have basically been abandoned. This isn't good for their emotional well-being. They need someone that's going to be there at the house more than just a half hour a day. We've noticed Patches, who is the kitten, seems very timid now all of a sudden ever since the guy's friend left. She just wasn't acting herself. The first 3 days that we went back to looking after them after the friend left, the first 3 days we kept going up to find throw up, and of course, not being there, we didn't know which cat it was, but we had a suspicion it might have been Patches since she wasn't acting herself, and we're like, you know, we hope she's not getting sick or something. And then she kept going into heat, and we said, like, she's already been in heat twice now, she's going into her 3rd, like, please respond. And 9 days went by and nothing. So prior to the 9 days passing, I contacted the Toronto Cat Rescue, because a friend of mine had suggested that if it came down to us having to rehome them or whatnot, we could contact the animal rescue, the cat rescue, because they are a no-kill shelter, and they usually will do fostering, like they'll find foster homes for the cats until they're adopted and stuff like that. So they're a no-kill. So I was like, well, that sounds really good. So I contacted them via email, explained the whole story, said possibility of abandoned cats, gave them the whole spiel, and just said, like, what are our options? Can we rehome these cats? Can you take these cats? Like, what can we legally do? I was told they legally cannot We cannot surrender the cats. We cannot rehome the cats because they legally are not ours. It would have to be the owner who would have to say, I'm surrendering these cats, or yes, you can rehome these cats. They said your concerns are legitimate though, and they should be investigated. So they suggested that we call animal welfare. And they gave me the contact information of that. So on Friday, I called them. And I said it has been at that point, that was the point where it had been 9 days. I said, it's been 9 days. We haven't heard anything. We don't know when they're coming. I gave them the whole situation. They said, it does sound like they've been abandoned. They said there's really not a report that needs to be filed on our end. You would need to contact the animal welfare bylaw. And they gave me the number to call for that. And they said they would say that these cats are abandoned and they would come and take them. Well, Alex and I were kind of hesitant on that because we were like, well, where would they take them, right? Like, we didn't want them being taken to a shelter where there's a possibility they could be euthanized. That's the last thing we want to happen. So, and then on top of it, we were like, well, we don't want to cause trouble with these neighbors and this and that. We want to try and do this like the best route possible because like when these people finally return, we don't want them to make our life a living hell for giving away their cats and all this stuff. So what we had done at that point is Alex tried texting the guy again, even though we knew, the last thing we knew was that his cell phone was being forwarded to his son. So Alex kind of like, whoever receives this message, can you please reply? No one replied. He then also emailed the guy again and said, look, can you please reply to my previous email? And we had decided at that point we would give a couple of days. And if he hadn't responded by the Monday, then we were going to contact our landlord and discuss things with him. So that was kind of where we were at that point. And so that's kind of where we were. And then all of a sudden, Saturday morning, I got a call back from animal welfare. And it was a lady that was calling to get more information on the situation. So I was kind of surprised. So she asked me a whole bunch of other questions. She wanted the neighbor's name and his contact number and his email address, like all those things. Wanted all this information. So we gave her everything she asked for. And she said, now, the thing is with animal welfare is for abused and neglected animals. She said these animals don't fall under that in the sense that you guys are taking care of them. They're being fed every day. They're being petted. They're being played with. Their litter box is being cleaned. So they're not in harm's way. But they said it definitely isn't an ideal situation for them emotionally, obviously, especially for the kitten in her formative years. And so they said what we can do is say, go ahead with what your plan was, to wait a couple of days, see if he replies. If not, contact your landlord. And she said, in the meantime, she goes, I personally myself will try to also contact him to try and kind of light a fire under his ass sort of thing and see where we can go from there. And I said, okay, great. And she said, we will call back on Wednesday and see where things are. So that was good. So I was like, okay, I feel good about that. So we left that with her. And then yesterday, Alex got home from work and he went upstairs to check on the cats and they're gone. Their litter boxes are gone. Their food is gone. Although their dry food bowls were still there, and they didn't take the bag of dry food, but they took the wet food, and I think their water dishes, they're gone. And I know that I heard Patches meowing in the morning before I went to work. So I know that they were there in the morning. But when I came home from work, it was pretty quiet, I'll admit. But I didn't really think much of it. I thought maybe the cats are sleeping or whatever. But he went up to check them, and like he was upstairs for like a couple of minutes, and he came back down. And I was like, why is he coming back down? And he's like, they're gone. So we never received a reply from the guy. So they never gave us a heads up that someone was coming to get the cats. We definitely, it couldn't have been animal welfare that came and took them, just because they would have no access to the house. Like they would have no way to get in. It would have to be someone that had a key. So it has to be either a family member or a friend of theirs that came and took them. But it was like, you didn't have the decency to at least like email us and say like, hey, so-and-so is coming to pick up the cats today and take them to their house. So, I mean, we're relieved in the sense that they're probably, hopefully, at someone's home. But at the same time, we don't know who they're with and if they're gonna like take care of them properly. I hope they will. So I have no idea what happened. Like, I'm assuming I'll get a phone call tomorrow from animal welfare and we can talk about it, but I don't know if maybe they did get the message from animal welfare and it did in fact light that fire, and they managed to get a family member or a friend to come and get the cats. I don't know. I just hope the cats are safe, and I hope that whoever took them in is going to get Patches spayed. That's my biggest thing, because I feel so bad for her. She was in heat again this weekend, and on Monday morning I could hear her still meowing, and like she's just super uncomfortable during that, and I feel bad for her. So you know, it's like horrible for the cat. So anyways, like now they're off to some other home, and then they'll probably be there God knows how long before these people finally come back. And then if they do finally come back, then they're gonna bring the cats back to the house after all that time. Like, it's so much instability for these poor cats. Like, I feel so off for them. So I don't know what that means. Like, I don't know how long they're gonna be gone for. But I mean, it has been nice not having people living above us making noise and stuff, but I don't know, like, what's going to transpire when they come back. I don't know if they're, like, I'm assuming the reason they didn't email us to tell us that someone was coming to pick them up is if they were contacted by animal welfare, they're probably pissed at us for calling animal welfare. But it's like, what did you want us to do? Like, if we're not in a position to, like, God forbid, like something came up and we had to go somewhere, like we had a family emergency and we had to pick up and leave and go out of town, like, what would we do? Like, we couldn't leave the cats. So it's like, you know, if we're not in a position to care for them anymore, what did you want us to do? Like, I mean, that hasn't been the case, but I'm just saying, like, if that was the case. And on top of that, it's like when you're not getting a reply from them anymore, you start to think, like, are they ever coming back? Are these animals just completely abandoned? Like, you want a best environment for the animals. So what did you expect us to do? Like, you know, it's kind of ridiculous. So, so yeah, so the cats are not there now. So we don't have to worry about that, although I personally am still worried. I worry about where they are. It would have been nice at the very least, like considering all that we've done for these cats, that wasn't even pre-planned. It was just dumped on us. But all the stuff that we've done for the cats, and they don't even have the decency to tell us where they're going, or like to give us advance notice that the cats are going to be picked up. Like, we just have to like discover it when we go up there. So stupid. But I just hope the cats are safe, healthy, happy. I hope the young one, Patches, gets spayed, so she's not uncomfortable anymore. I just hope to God that, you know, they're in a good place. Like, he told us back when we had to take the older cat to the vet for the eye infection that he had a niece who's a vet that lives in Ontario. So we're kind of hoping she's the one that came to take them, because if so, then hopefully she'll get the cat spayed and all that stuff. But crazy, just crazy. So anyways, guys, there's Miss Yuki in her cute little polar bear outfit. It is warming up here this week, but it's still cool in the basement. It stays cool in the basement until we have like a consistent amount of days that are like high heat days, like summer days, when it's basically like in the mid to high 20s is where our place finally starts to really warm up. So it is still a little chilly in the basement, so she can totally wear this. I should get her some socks though. I'll probably throw some socks on after this, but thank you so much for watching. And Nicole, as of yet, hasn't posted her Twin Tuesday video, but as soon as she does, I will put the link to her video in the description of this video. I'm not sure who she's going to be dressing in this outfit, but definitely head over to her channel, My Reality with Nicole, to see who she dresses for Twin Tuesday. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye!